Hey everybody, Wayland here. Today I'm going to take pork belly, cut it in half, and use half of it to cube up and make into candied bacon or maybe pork belly bird ends. We'll see. I like the idea of, or bacon candy. I don't know what I said at first, but I like the idea of bacon candy. That sounds pretty good. So I'm going to take this, cut it in half. I don't want to make the whole thing today. Depending on how this turns out, if I like it, maybe the other half I'll freeze it and use it later to do the same thing. But basically I'm going to cube half of this into bite-sized pieces, put a rub on it, put some smoke on it, and then get it to where the color's nice, bump up the temp, see if I can't get it to render down some of the fat, and then glaze it. I'm gonna try some with this barbecue sauce I got from a local family. They're called Fast Tracks, by the way. I have no relationship with them. I actually found them at a craft show. They were selling their homemade style barbecue sauces. You might look them up if you like fruit-infused sauces. I have in my fridge their habanero mango, which has a nice kick to it without being too spicy, in my opinion, and a great sweet flavor. And it's definitely, a real traditional barbecue sauce tasting with that habanero mango taste infused. So definitely delicious barbecue sauces. One of the ones that we do have is a raspberry. And I thought that sounded like it would be good on here, although my wife begs to differ. So half, maybe a few of them or half of them I'll do with the raspberry, and the other half I'll do with my homemade barbecue sauce, which is just more of a traditional barbecue sauce. So anyways, let's get this thing open up. This is pretty cool. At Costco, actually $3.49 a pound for the pork belly. I have made homemade bacon before. You might have seen some of that in any of my other videos. If not, you can check them out. I've not done a video about how to make bacon at home because I've done it a few times. I'm still learning. And there's a lot of good videos out there on how to make bacon, but you basically could just slice this into a couple pieces and you would cure it and turn it into some, anyways, turn it into bacon. So here I have pork belly from Costco. It's $3.49 a pound, so that's really reasonable right now. Usually they have it about $4.49. And actually the sign said $4.49, but the package said $3.49. I was gonna do this anyways. I had, my wife had asked about it. I've seen it done. I know one of the popular barbecue places in Texas right now, called Interstellar Barbecue, is known for their peach tea pork belly burn-in. So, I'm not sure what they call it. So again, I think pork belly burn-ins or candied bacon is going to be similar. The difference between this and bacon is I'm not going to cure it. I'm going to cube it right now, rub it right now, and smoke it right now, and eat it later today. The process seems to be about a 4 to 6 hour process, depending on how you regulate your temps and what color you want them and how much smoke taste you want. So I'm going to go, about 4 or 5 hours of smoking them today, and then glazing them, and then do another 30 minutes or so, depending on how I like it. So anyways, trying to decide which piece I want to save. I might use the other half next time for bacon. This piece here has a weird divot and thin part. This is a little bit more uniform, although that's thin. So I think I'll use this side today and save that side for next time, or bacon. Actually, I think I'm going to take, since I'm cubing it all, I'm going to take this more out of the middle. That would make more sense to me right about now, because this isn't perfect for bacon. Oh, although it does look like it would make a nice bacon. But anyways, that's another time. And this is all not as uniform either, so I think I'm going to take this much and leave just this then for next time. Voila. Whoops. Almost. Okay, so maybe about half, maybe a little bit more. Maybe that cut could have been straight. So this is just a nice piece of pork belly, pretty consistent. A little bit more fat on this side, but that's what makes bacon so good. But yeah, this is a pretty good piece. So we'll save that here. I'm going to go ahead and cube these to the best of my ability. Something like bite size, or a little bit more than bite size. Now this is a first for me. I think I might have said that already. So of course, I've seen where Interstellar Barbecue has their signature kind of entree or meat item is their peach tea. I'm not going to try to even replicate that. I'll leave them to it. I have not decided if I had anything signature, although our yummy beans are pretty good, but they're pretty consistent with barbecue beans. So, and the brisket I make is the world's best. I have not yet attained that title by means of any competitions, but I have had a lot of people from around the U.S. visiting in the classes that I teach and trying the brisket and saying it's better than any that they've had. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. I know this craft barbecue isn't something that you can get every day unless you go down to Texas and visit some of those popular spots. Well, anyways, that seems to be my favorite people to watch. I know Texas isn't the only place you can get good craft barbecue. But a lot of people that I have had the privilege of sharing my brisket with have been from, like I said, around the U.S. And they like what I do as far as the brisket. And where I do get my brisket techniques and tips and tricks is from the Texas guys. So, anyways, here in Norman, Oklahoma, we have barbecue places. I would say that they just do a traditional restaurant or fast food style barbecue. I don't know that there's a lot of real heart that goes into the food, so it's generally okay, not phenomenal. I'd love to be operating a place here in Norman, Oklahoma, serving phenomenal craft barbecue. So, although I went to Rudy's today, got some sliced brisket moist and a jalapeno sausage, and their brisket moist was tasty. That is what got me started on barbecue, was trying their moist brisket and thinking, wow, I want to learn how to do this. And then as I learned how to do it, started sharing it with my friends and family. They said, wow, this is better than anything we can get, i.e. Rudy's. So when you just take the time to put your heart, soul, and effort into it, I think you do come out with a better product versus just hiring a few college students to prepare the barbecue. I don't have a problem with that. Just I at times want superior quality. So we'll see. Maybe I can come up with some specialty item to help get me on the map. Again, I do catering or just smoked meats. I have a lot of family and friends that just want me to provide some smoked brisket or ham or turkey or ribs for their event. They'll provide all the sides and or whatever else they want to provide, and they just want my delicious smoked meats. I'm not doing anything fancy. You'll see. I just kind of do the stuff that I learned from other YouTubers. See, this is going to be a bit. Oh, this is going to be a bit more than I ever thought it was going to be at first. So that's good. As you cube it, you kind of realize how much of a meal you can make out of this. This will be a meal for my family tonight. Okay, so that's about good. Like I said, about bite size or something close. This might be a couple bites. Plus, it's going to render down quite a bit into a smaller piece, like meat does when you cook it. So we'll see how much. Some of them have more fat on it than others, so we'll see. I didn't really want to take the time to trim this off. I'm going to do one. We'll see. Because it depends on personal preference how much fat you like in a bite. That was quite a thick piece. We'll see how it goes. They might just want to bite the meat off and leave the fat. I don't know. Man, that's thick. But we'll see. So now, I should probably take off a glove so I can grab that seasoning there. I did not bring that trash can close enough today. Yeah, I'm going to have to wash this. Okay. All right. Oops. So generously, today I've got the Weber dry rub for smoking and barbecue. It says it's called sweet cracked pepper. Sounded like something today that I'd like on this, since I'm going for something kind of sweet. All right, so yep, we're gonna do sweet cracked pepper. I just like the idea that it's got the brown sugar and the sugar, because I want these to be on the on a level of candied bacon. So generously for show. I actually been trying to get rid of some of these seasonings or spices or rubs and mixtures that I have in the cupboard, just so I don't feel guilty about not using them. But I do prefer. I've been just preferring to put together my stuff from scratch. You know, this says it has silicone dioxide in it, and it says for flavor and color. So I'll be honest, I have no idea what that is or what that means. You know, so we'll see. Maybe I'll love that extra silicone dioxide for color and flavor. But anyways, I don't typically put sugars and stuff on anything I'm going to cook for too long or too hot. I don't want to burn the sugars. But on this, with these all being cooked together like this, I'm just going to leave them in this pan and mix them around once in a while, probably. Get some on top. I didn't know if I want to do it in a pan or a tray where there was just a single layer of them. That's a good question, though. Smells good. I'm going pretty heavy. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it in this tray. I'm going to let these kind of cook and in their own fats and juices before I maybe pull them out, lay them on maybe some foil and sauce them. I don't know. So this is a first for me, and I know I would like these things to be juicy. So we're going to see. We're going to see how this goes. Seems like a lot. Okay, that seems good. Good coating. They're all covered, and almost used it all. Probably discard it. It's got a clump in there. So I have one more bottle of this stuff, So it'll get, yeah, somebody, a friend of my mom's was interested in sending me what they thought was their favorite. My daughter went and visited my mom in North Carolina, and the guy she's seeing, or her boyfriend, is into barbecue too, and he likes this stuff. So he said, "Your dad's into barbecue? Take him this stuff." So I gave it a shot. All right, yeah, there we go. Cool. And I missed. All right, so I'm actually gonna let that sit a minute. I've got to get these coals down, dumped. I've been running a chimney of coals. I'm gonna dump them down in there, put some wood on it, get a fire going, and put these on the cooker. All right, so got the cooker going, fire burning in there on top of those coals, and I'm ready to put these on. I'm gonna try to keep them at 250 degrees for a couple hours. Maybe in about an hour, I'm gonna mix them around and then check on them. So there we are. So again, this is my offset. So right here, pretty good and far from the fire. We're gonna try to, let's see, we're at 375 here at the upmost part. Like that would be the hottest spot. So anyways, I'll probably plug in my wireless thermometers, or not wireless, my ThermoPro, and monitor the temperatures of the cook chamber from my phone like I normally do. So for now, we'll shut this up and do our best to keep it at 250 degrees for 2 hours. All right, it's been about an hour. Let's see. All right, so just starting to kind of soften up, sweat a little bit. I'm just gonna stir them around and then go for another hour. All right, so there's quite a bit of juices down in there. I think maybe a flat tray would have been a little bit better. I could start to see where they're going from pink to cooked color. So I don't know. I think that the ones on the bottom are kind of getting maybe that flavoring washed off. Again, they're going to be glazed with a barbecue sauce, but I don't know. This is just tray I just had on hand. It was disposable. I wasn't really worried about putting it on a cookie sheet or something. So maybe if I had a disposable style cookie sheet on hand, I'd use that instead. But man, they're starting to be tender, a nice color. But we're gonna go ahead and cook these for a bit longer. All right, let's see what we got going on here. It's almost 5, so it's actually been about 3 hours. So yeah, they're sitting in quite the pool of fat. Well, let's see. Stir them around a bit and then that's what I should do, is just put them on the grates, but oh goodness. Let's just do that. I got some of the light ones up on the top now. Get some color on those. I'm eventually going to get them out of all those juices, and I'm going to coat them in sauce and get them glazed. So anyways, we're figuring this out together. We're gonna see if this was a good idea or a bad idea, and I should have just laid them out. I mean, there's a lot of juices. Even putting on a cookie sheet or something, they would have been pretty well juiced. So maybe you gotta find one of those foil trays with the holes in the bottom, or just lay them on the grate. So anyways, we'll see how this goes. Roll a little bit more smoke. I think I told my wife I'd have dinner done at 7, so it's 5. I can do it this way for another hour. I just put some logs on. Try to be around 275 now, and then then we'll take them and lay them out and get them sauced up for the last hour. So we'll be back.
All right, so I'm actually at about 6:30, and I'm gonna finally sauce these. Just been kind of staying busy. Started some corn and roasting some jalapenos for tamales that we're also making. So, anyways, let's get these things. I'm gonna pull them out of a tray with some tongs, put them in another larger tray so I can get them all about on one layer, and I'm gonna do half with my homemade sauce and half with some Fast Tracks raspberry infused mild barbecue sauce. Alright, so got them there in the tray. I'm gonna toss some sauce on them. I may strain that tray there and keep that large, that basically bacon large. I keep it all the time for other things. This is the Fast Tracks raspberry. I'm just gonna drizzle it all over and then go ahead and swirl them around in it. This homemade sauce, brown sugar, molasses kind of stuff. All right, so I will kind of keep them separate. I think it'll be obvious which is which by the flavor of the raspberry. And my homemade sauce is always a little chunkier than others. All right, so those look pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and get this raspberry. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and let those kind of caramelize or glaze over. So probably another 30 minutes. I'm gonna finish off the sweet potatoes and the corn, and those can just keep cooking till then. All right, so let's see. I don't know. So they look okay. They're probably not coated very good. This cook just didn't really go very well. It's very hot. little bit of sweetness, not very candied. Yeah, I need more practice at this, I'm sure. It's tender, they're edible. That, I don't know. I might need to try one made somewhere. I've never had anything like this. I've never been to a restaurant that has one, but I don't know. It's okay. Tastes like bits of pork. I'm not blown away by it. So, anyways, that is the concept of these pork belly bites or burn-ins, or I just don't think I got them cooked very good. So I don't think I'd cook them in the fat itself. I'd probably lay them out on a tray or put them on racks so that they can go ahead and be free from sitting inside their fat. That probably would have been better. So I'm just not blown away. It's not bad, but yeah, I'll do it different next time. So until then, see you then. Thanks for watching.